This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Thank you for joining us on another week of Movie Chat. Now, I'm by myself. I don't know where my co-host is. You would think he would know after doing the show for almost 2 years now that we go live at 7:15. I don't know where he is. So I hope you've had a good week and and enjoyed yourselves over what was a really lovely weekend. So we've got Peter Eblin in so far. Yes, Peter, you are the first one here. Thank you very much, mate, for joining us. Ali Evans, you might have seen your invite on Facebook, so I hope you can attend. Speak of the little devil.
Hey guys, sorry I had trouble logging in. I forgot the password momentarily.
That's just no excuse.
How you doing?
All right, mate. Not bad. Thank you very much. Good evening.
I got my parcel through today, thank you.
Oh, did it come, did it? Is it all in one piece? That's a shame.
Yes, it is. And I even checked to make sure you hadn't damaged the disc.
I would never damage anything I sent you. Funny enough, Steve, I've got something here for you.
Oh, right. Okay.
But we'll discuss that later.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So I was just welcoming the guests.
Hey, everybody.
The people in the chat, advising them that, they can make it at 7:15, unlike you.
Not everybody makes it at 7:15.
How was your weekend, Steve? What did you get up to? Anything much?
No, not really. The weekend was, well, I decided to power jet wash the front drive. So I ended up being caked in mud. But other than that, it was quite a quiet weekend, really. And then I've been at work last 3 or 4 days.
Good stuff. Good evening, Max. Thank you for joining us, sir. We do need to get you on at some point, so please do get in contact. Yes. So,
hey, Ali.
Shall we make a start?
Yeah, go for it.
No, hang on.
Oh, hang on. What's going on?
Right. Let's ask the chat, right? If you say into comics or Comic-Con or anything like that, or craft events or any classic car shows, for example, would you take photos of said show and then share your experience on your Facebook page and and express the joy that you've had in that afternoon of walking around? And would you expect 2 of your closest friends to start taking the piss and send photographs of fucking supermarket car parks to you to say, look, I'm at a car show? No, you wouldn't, would you?
Look, you bought yourself a nice sporty motor, and then the week after you're going to car shows and taking about 300 photos.
I always went to car shows.
Every different side of the car.
I always go to car shows, and I always take.
That's funny because I haven't seen that many photos online of you going to car shows.
Go back through my Facebook. There's at least 3 a year. But yes, I would. No, I wouldn't, but I did laugh. Yeah. So the good thing about the Mazda now is that Lana's
come about that again, are we now?
Yeah, Lana's come around to the idea of having the Mazda now. Just driving around in the sun for the whole weekend with the roof down. It sort of turned the views around, shall we say. To the point now she's looking at all the other convertibles going, I can have one of them. Oh, I could get one of them.
No, she's planning where you're driving to next on the open road.
Yeah. We've got to go into North Wales. The whole point of getting the car is that when it's sunny, we can go to North Wales or we can go up to New Brighton or whatever in the car with the roof down and just enjoy the day. Unfortunately, I've not really got the skin type to be out in the sun that much because
as long as you can feel the wind through your hair, that's the main thing.
Yeah, and I was starting to look. I've started to go red on the head. I'm getting sunburn from it. So Lana did buy me a little sun cream to leave in the car.
It's pretty irresponsible, really, to have sold someone of your hair situation a car like that. Really, you know what I mean?
My hair situation's by choice. I'm bald by choice.
I've told you, I want to see it grown out.
No, I look like a badger. I let it grow out. I look like a badger. I've bought a little Mazda MX-5, Pete. A little 56 plate MX-5. It's just lovely to drive, and it's just a nice little
It
bit.
looks good at the car shows, doesn't it?
Sorry?
It looks good when you go to car shows.
Well, I was talking to the Masters Owners Club when I was out on Sunday, getting ideas and where to get parts and what to do and stuff like that. So, yeah. Right. Shall we crack on then, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this week's featured actor was none other than Keanu Reeves. Now, when I was doing my research on this, I was like, A, how many of his films have I not seen?
Yeah.
And B, how do I keep this to a top 5 without going over the top?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
It's a very strange week, as normally I have struggled to keep it to a top 5 or a struggle to get a top 5. But this time I could make a top 5 of films that I've never seen that I've been told are brilliant.
Yeah.
So would you like to start off with your list, Steve, or would you like me to go first? Hey, Lindsay.
No, I don't mind. I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit. So I'll go with Speed.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
Point Break.
Mm-hmm.
And John Wick.
Ah, well, you see. I'll start with me mentions, right? So me mentions, I've got Chain Reaction.
Yeah.
Then I've got Matrix 1, the first Matrix.
Yeah.
I've got Scanner Darkly.
Yeah.
Then I've got Point Break, Constantine. Okay. Then for my top 5, and I will do this in order, you know, and it's not like me usually saying no particular order, but this is in order. Top 5: Bill and Ted, first Bill and Ted. I love that film. Speed.
Yeah.
Johnny Mnemonic, Mnemonic.
Yeah.
Devil's Advocate, and the first John Wick. That would be my top 5. However, if I was to introduce somebody to young Keanu Reeves movies, I would say going check out Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And if you're looking at an older Keanu Reeves, I would say go and check out John Wick 1.
Yeah, I'd say so. Sounds like someone's coming up. Yeah, and this is to say, I mean, the thing is, the other ones that weren't mentioned. Well, there's only one I've got on here actually, which is The Lake House. I know it's a soppy movie, but I enjoy that. There's. I mean, I like Point Break. Obviously, the original Point Break is a classic film. Okay, put him. But there's not many that I've seen of his that I wouldn't go back and rewatch.
No. There's definitely ones there that I need to go and see. Well, there's too many to list of movies of his that I haven't seen. But like I say, Chain Reaction, great movie. The Matrix, awesome film. You know, Point Break is in there as well. He wants to come back as John Constantine. So he wants to do a
Yeah, he's planned on it. It's on his IMDb or whatever it is, saying that Constantine 2.
So he wants to do that. I'm not a big fan of Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure.
That's the one that's quite difficult to get hold of, to be honest.
I like the Excellent Adventure, but I don't like the Bogus Adventure. And this new one, I've never seen the new one either.
Honestly, you'd rank that third. It would literally be in the same order that they came out.
Yeah. Speed is brilliant. I was a little bit disappointed that he didn't come back for Speed 2.
Are you going downstairs? What's downstairs? Okay. Sorry, go on, you were saying. Oh, The Watcher, yeah, that's another one.
The Watcher.
Mm.
That's one I've not seen. But I was disappointed he never come back for Speed 2.
Yeah.
But then again, it'll be like, how much bad shit can happen to one couple?
I don't know. Ask John Wick what can happen to... How much bad shit can happen to one person?
Well, John McClane says it best in Die Hard 2, doesn't it? How can the same shit happen twice to the same bloke?
Same guy, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You go downstairs.
But like I said, Devil's Advocate for me is the one that I'd introduce to a set of people as young Keanu Reeves.
We'll just deal with him 1 second.
You should give it a viewing. Now, Erica, it's definitely on my list of stuff to watch. Is the like I say, there was a few that I've gone through. Some of the earliest stuff there that I've not seen of his, and The Watcher was there as well. And most people were saying that I should try The Watcher when I was talking to them in work this week regarding the Keanu Reeves stuff that we do on the show, or the featured actor that we do on the show. Neither of you've mentioned The Day the Earth Stood Still. I enjoyed it. I like the film. I put it in the same vein as I do as the remake of War of the Worlds. I enjoy the film, but I prefer the originals. You know, the original The Day the Earth Stood Still was brilliant. You know, and the original War of the Worlds was brilliant. And like I say, I think I put that sort of in that same vein there as with those two. Sorry, Steve, go on. You need to get a lock on the door. Yeah. Let me know in the chat what your top 5 Keanu Reeves. Let me get my teeth in. Keanu Reeves movies are, and see if they match ours. Like I say, there is some really great ones in there, but there's some really great ones that I've not seen.
What, Keanu Reeves?
Yeah. We were just talking there, Steve, that Peter Eblin said no one's mentioned The Day the Earth Stood Still, and I was saying I prefer the original Day the Earth Stood Still. It's like I prefer the original War of the Worlds, and I prefer Triffids and stuff like that. Those 60s, early 60s, late 60s sci-fi movies are brilliant. The remake of the War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise wasn't brilliant. But I still enjoy the film. And it's the same with The Day the Earth Stood Still. I think if I hadn't have seen the original one, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. And then I would have had to go back to watch the original.
I mean, for me, it's one of those. I have seen the movie, but I think it was just quite a forgettable movie, to be honest. For the remake, if you like. So it's not. That's why I didn't bother putting it in, because I obviously had seen it, but it was like, well, it's not really much point. I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with Keanu Reeves, I don't think. I think it's just generally the directing of it.
Yeah, I think they tried to make a big blockbuster sci-fi remake of a sci-fi classic.
Yeah, and, exactly.
You know, one of the best sci-fis I've seen recently, and is one that I've watched today on Netflix, was Ad Astra. Brad Pitt, Ad Astra. And I didn't think I'd enjoy it. At first, I thought this was going to be really, really slow, but I think the slow helps it.
Yeah.
helps it along a lot. And I don't think I would have ever said that about any other movie, that it was too slow, but it was great because it was slow.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. She is.
So, yeah. We did have a comment on one of the videos actually about when we do the featured homework and the featured
All right, okay.
Homework movie and actor, that they were skipping through the video for an hour and 10 minutes and never got to the homework movie. And I'm like, well, if you watch the first 5 minutes, it was the what one was it? What was the film that they wanted?
Oh, no, I know what you mean. I saw the comment, to be honest.
I was like, no, watch the first 5 minutes and you would have catch
Because they wanted us to put thingies in, didn't they?
timestamps.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I barely have time to put out a video, let alone bloody timestamps. So I don't think I were doing it, let alone you.
Yeah. See, I don't mind doing timestamps, but it is definitely a case of how long does it take to do a thumbnail, Steve?
It takes a while.
Yeah. 2 weeks apparently.
Yeah, very creative.
Not like me. It's 6:20, and I'm like, shit, I haven't done the show yet.
Did you? Bloody hell.
Oh, best get that out. Right, let's move on, shall we? Let's move on to the homework movie. So this week's homework movie is the 1973 Wicker Man.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Steve, I've watched the remake Wicker Man a couple of years ago when it first came out.
The bees.
Yeah, and I thought, you know what the heck am I watching? And I never went back and watched it again. Now, I watched this one, and I am like, what the heck am I watching? How's this even weirder and stranger than the remake one? Yeah. But because it was based in the 70s, I think they could get away with it being a little bit more wackier.
Yeah, it's very psychedelic, in it? In certain areas.
I couldn't help find myself halfway through the film. I think I was on the side of the villagers.
Yeah.
I could see what they were doing, and I could see he had no idea what was coming or what was going on.
No.
And I felt a little bit of enjoyment in the playing him here as an idiot, as a fool, and stuff like that. So I did get that feeling of a little bit more of empowerment.
It's not like he Googled the place before he went, though, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's
no, but that's what I'm saying. So I felt like
he went in blind, really.
I felt like I was a bit empowered because I was actually part of the plot and part of the sacrifice rituals that was going on, and
it's when she's dancing up against the wall that's a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
When he's in the I want to say hotel room, but it's not. He's in the Airbnb. He definitely wasn't an Airbnb either.
Yeah, the bed and breakfast.
And there's like that woman dancing on the opposite side of the wall.
Yeah. But now I know the ending. It's not that I didn't know the ending of the film. Obviously, I knew the ending of the film. But now I know how it all plays out. I would like to go back and watch it and see all the little hints, and clips and stuff, and the bit where he's talking to the landlord and they're looking at all the pictures on the wall, and there's one missing, and and the maypole scene and the little bug in the desk, and how they're like shadows of what you've just seen type. And I'd like to go back and see if I can piece it all together, and figure out at which point he figures out that he's going to get burnt.
Yeah. Like I say, it's not till near the very end, really, is it?
No.
But see, the thing is that I went into that movie not having a clue what the hell it was about, because the new one hadn't come out by that point. And you are sort of taken on a ride. It's very clever how they've done it. But it's definitely a film of its time. Like you say, the sort of the way they do things, and the sort of trippiness of it for me. But I think the actors are great in it, and it's some good twists in it. But I really enjoyed it. It's very much one of those movies that, like you say, I was sort of sat there going, "What the hell am I watching?" But I was strangely invested in finding out what the hell it was.
No, definitely. I said then, didn't I? I'd like to go. It's not often on these old films that I say, you know what, I'm going to go back and watch this again.
Yeah.
But I want to go back and watch it, and I want to figure out all. I said just a minute ago, all the little clues of what's going on with the villagers, and and now I know that. We're talking outside his bedroom. She's going on about, we can sleep for days and all this. Like, you can go to sleep, my little policeman, and all this. Like, she can't help flirt with him, knowing the fact that they're going to burn him. But they don't see it as murder. They see it as it's like Lord Summer. Is it Lord Summerly or Summer?
Yeah, something like that.
Whatever when he goes, we don't commit murders up here. We're very religious people. They don't see it as murder, but
it's a cult, isn't it? Essentially, I mean, there's a modern film that's very close to this. I think it's not a sequel or anything, but it's definitely close to it. What's it called? I'll have to figure it out now. It's going to annoy me.
Summer's Leap. That's the one.
Jesus, what's it called? Let me carry on. I'll remember.
Now there's two like that. There's one with Sandra Bullock and one with Emma Watson.
No, it's not even that. Oh God, I watched it not long ago. It's got like a brownie front on it on the Blu-ray. Give us a sec, I'll figure it out. But carry on, and I'll figure it out what it's called.
Zodiac?
No, I think it has got some sort of target on the front though. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Let me have a look. But yeah, it's just a very interesting concept of obviously like a cult.
Eric is saying, are you thinking Midsummer?
No, but that's another one, isn't it? Movies.
But yeah, they compare. We've just talking a second ago about remakes versus the originals, and I think I definitely prefer the original of this over the remake as well. Ask AI. No shameless.
That's it. That's it. I've got it. Where is it? ABCDEFG.
But just tell us the name, Steve. You don't need to find it.
No, I do need to find it. There it is. The Kill List.
Right. Okay. I would never have got that.
No. Yeah, it's a British horror thriller thing, but it's when I was watching it, I was like, there's a lot of similarities between it, because again, it's another guy that goes into a situation where he's got absolutely no idea what it is. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But it's a good movie. But yeah, it's definitely one of my classic movies that I enjoy to watch. And I know you said you were talking about it, I think last week when we were talking about sort of classic movies that we sort of need to see, and there's ones that you haven't seen, big sort of classic movies that you haven't seen and stuff.
Yeah, there is some big classic movies I've not seen, but doing the wheel, I have seen a lot of films that I would never have thought about watching.
Yeah,
and that's why I enjoy this segment of the show. And I said this last week, so if you have got any recommendations for the wheel, please wait for after Goodnight Mr. Tom, because Lana's going to divorce me if we don't get around to watching Goodnight Mr. Tom at any time soon. So yeah, that's the The Wicker Man, 1973, and
Yeah, definitely worth a watch.
if you haven't seen it, and go and watch it, because the bit that I like is that it's more. And I know people say it's like a murder horror type thing, and it's not. It's more of a mystery film for me until that last 15,
Yeah.
20 minutes. Then
Yeah.
it goes bloody dark after that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, so
when
he goes onto an island to look for a missing girl, doesn't he? That's what he's been called there to do. What is it's just about?
It's a war film, Chris. But Lana's bought it on DVD when we first did The Wheel because she wanted to see it, and then we've done The Wheel now for about 6 months, and it hasn't come up. So it's just not meant to be. But yeah, it is more of a mystery type of what's happened to the woman Roma, and then all of a sudden, Rowan, sorry, and then all of a sudden it goes into a horror thing towards the end. And if I hadn't have seen the original, remake, I would have thought, what a twist that was.
Yeah.
You know, but like you say, you can't help but be invested on the village's side. You start off on his side, but then you're invested on theirs then because you're part of it. You're understanding what's going on, and he's still clueless.
They're bringing out. I don't know if they've got it out yet, but they're bringing out a 4K version of the movie, aren't they?
Mm.
But the big stinger on that is I think it's priced at £60 for a 4K special edition set, and it's like it's one movie.
I was looking at Attack on Titan final season part 2 that's released on Tuesday.
Yeah,
on Blu-ray. The standard Blu-ray set's £34, but the special edition $74.99.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
And it's like, what do you get in the special edition? Now you get Eren Yeager's diary, and I'm like, is that it? For £75, I'm gonna want a flipping Titan or a suit or something, a business card.
Okay, thank you. Vanilla Slice, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a business card for £75.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But you're getting a diary of a bloody animated character. It's, I don't know.
I must say this The Greatest Showman that you picked up for me. It says on the front of here you've got a lyrics booklet, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I had a look, and there's an official songbook in here. I'm guessing that's the lyrics booklet, but the lyrics are like, that's it. That's your lyrics done for that song.
The lyrics are like, we're shit and we know who we are. It's like being an Everton
every
game.
single song's got like one paragraph.
Yeah, this film shit, and it knows it is.
So that was worth it. But I say it's nice, and then it's got "Come Alive" on the back. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I told you. I don't know if I told the chat, but I told you. Obviously, I went down the rabbit hole of. We had My Big Fat Greek Wedding, didn't we? And then I went into a charity shop a week later, and I managed to find number 2. Mm-hmm. And then, I think it was last week, I went into another charity shop and I managed to find a series. So there is a series of My Big Fat Greek Life.
Has that got her in it?
Yeah, absolutely. He's not in it. He's somebody else. But the complete series of I've never seen that anywhere. And literally, since that movie, it's everything I find is bloody My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Koro, watching a series in Japanese without subtitles, I've got no reason why you would never know what was going on. But yeah, so the final season part 2 is released on Tuesday. So you know where I'm going to be Tuesday. I'm going to go to HMV and I'm going to spend £75 on the special edition. £35 if you ask for.
Don't walk in here nice and slow like nobody knows. Say hello.
You know you've got cake. Hello.
No.
Hello, Leo.
He's just snuck in like, oh, No. You've spotted something, haven't you? What is it? What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
Yeah. So I'll be in HMV buying that box set, I think. That's what I'll be doing Tuesday.
Just you're gonna watch the basic. You're gonna get the basic one.
I'm gonna get
to
the
complete
basic
collection.
just the episodes. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy watching the episodes. But I've got the whole lot down here, including the 2 live action movies.
Come on. Downstairs. Go downstairs. Down. There will be a lock on the door next week.
Yeah, so I've got the whole lot up, and I including the 2 live action movies. So it'll be a shame not to get that. However, they have put part 3 out. They were going to release season 5, but now they class it as the final season, part 3, and that's out next year. So they've done it to me again.
I messaged you the other day, didn't I? I got I was well chuffed with a pickup this week.
Well, we'll talk pickups in a minute.
Oh right. Well, when you're ready, you carry on.
Yeah, put it back. Right. Let's do a segment that we've not done for a couple of weeks.
Oh, one.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am bringing back Leo.
No?
Right.
So,
What it is, listen to your movie news.
yeah. So, ladies and gents, we're bringing back movie news this week. Now, the good news for me, being a Deadpool fan, is that there's the 2 characters, one character that's been in both Deadpool and Deadpool 2, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and she's coming back in Deadpool 3 with Yonoko, who was a girlfriend in number 2. But the big surprise for me is that Colossus is back in Deadpool 3. And the running joke is that they're like the lower echelon of the X-Men, aren't they? These characters that end up in Deadpool. So for Colossus to be back in Deadpool 3 just warms my heart to the point that I love the big Russian dope. He's brilliant. Now, are you a fan of Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah, it's good.
Did you know that they were making a live action movie?
Oh, no. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. They're going down the list, aren't they?
They have got the live action movie on the way. Now, they have started doing screen tests.
No. Screen tests?
To start doing screen tests. Now, they had on a beach in America a surfboard going down with a life-sized cutout of Stitch on it, so they could work out the lighting. So they could work out the lighting of how they're going to light up the live action Stitch on screen.
Yeah.
So people were made up to see Stitch actually surfing along on the beach. But we are getting a live action Lilo and Stitch movie, so that should be quite good fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of live action, this one's live action mixed with anime. Eddie Murphy's in talk with MGM Studios regarding playing the lead for the Pink Panther movie. So this is going to be a Pink Panther, so this is going to be a Pink Panther movie on the sort of same lines as Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where you've got a cop and you've got the Pink Panther sort of working the case together and trying to work it all out. Evening, Gareth. Trying to work it all out. So I'm not too sure how I feel about that, to be fair. Eddie Murphy in a maybe in the 90s.
Yeah.
That might have worked, but now not so much. I can think of so many young comics that could have done that, like Jack Whitehall or someone like that could have brought something funny to it. Not Eddie Murphy. However, I am liking the idea that it's live action mixed with anime. I think that'd be quite good. I don't think we have ever seen anything like that pulled off as well as Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No, never.
and my last piece of movie news is TV sort of related, entertainment related. You know how I love Tron and Tron Legacy,
I do as well.
right? So there is a series, Tron Ares, that they are planning on doing. Now, it was going to be a movie. They are now making it into like a 3 or 4 part series. So they're making it into a 3 or 4 part series. Now, this is starring Gerard Leto, so you know him from the Joker in Batman. You know him as Morbius and a few other films, and the singer from, is it 30 Seconds of Mars? Is he?
Is it 30 seconds? Yes, I think so. Yeah.
30 Seconds of Mars. Now, this series is going to start filming in July this year, so it's only 2 months away, 3 months away. But it's also going to be filming in Vancouver, Canada as well. So it won't be long before that's out. Now, with that being Disney, it'll end up on Disney Plus, won't it? Now,
100%. Yeah.
one of the things I am dreading talking about Disney Plus is this new remake of White Man Can't Jump.
Well, I'm showing you.
Yes.
Not happy about that.
Since you sent
You've muted yourself.
yeah, the wire, because I've put my pad down and I've touched the wire and it's the so this new White Men Can't Jump series. Why? Can't we just leave the film where it is?
Yep. They're even dressed the same on the poster. Really, they're ever similar. You've not tried to hide the fact, have they? Really?
Come up with new ideas, Disney. Bloody hell, people pay a lot of money for your subscription. Come up with new ideas. You don't need to make live action movies of films that you released 50 years ago, and you don't need to make TV series of movies.
But what do you think of this then? What do you think of the Full Monty?
A remake of the Full Monty?
No, a TV series.
How can you make a TV series of the Full Monty?
25 years later.
How can you make a TV? How can you
You're
make a
asking
TV
the wrong
series
person.
of the
I
Full
ain't the one
Monty?
that's made it.
Unless the first episode is him losing his kid, and then the second episode is him stealing the jacket from.
No. Apparently, it looks like he's got a girl kid now. He's not the lad. You don't see the lad.
Well, you're not going to be able to take the girl to the strip show rehearsals, are you?
I still haven't figured out if they're doing that or whether it's like a continuation of just in general life what they do afterwards. I've got no idea. But the trailer looks like it's. The thing is, the trailer has none of that show on it. It's more like a catch up with them afterwards.
But I don't know. Come up with some fresh new ideas for me, and I'd be happy. But I am looking forward to Tron. Like I say, I was really disappointed that Tron Legacy bombed at the cinema.
I enjoyed it myself.
But I think with the Daft Punk soundtrack, the special effects on it, and what else came out around it killed Tron Legacy for me.
Yeah.
It was an awesome film. Absolutely brilliant. Stunning to watch. Stunning visuals. It was awesome.
Yeah, I agree. But I was so excited when that came out, when that was coming out, because the trailers were amazing as well.
Yeah.
Proper hyped it up. But I was sucked into it. I really enjoyed the. In fact, I think, to be fair, I saw that before I saw the original, and that was what sort of drew me into them. To be fair,
yeah,
it was always one of those that was on at Christmas or whatever, but I never got round to watching it. The original.
Yeah. Right. Let's do pickup, shall we? Right, so pickups of the week. Now, you might remember me getting this, right? Or you remember the controversy of around the watch.
Hang on a second. Who said you were going first?
Me. it's my show. You're just part of it.
I see.
So you might remember me getting the watch or the controversy around the watch, right? You take him off screen, he thinks he's Billy Big Bollocks, right? Stop dicking about. So we got a special care package from Carl Resells over in Ireland, Steve. Yours is here, so I'm yet to post it to you. Okay. In mine was this.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, a Visionaries watch from 1988. So that's 1992, the Aliens watch. This is 1988 Visionaries watch. I love this. It's definitely stayed in the packet. You know,
That is a bit jealous on that one. That's really nice, that.
yeah, so that's staying in the packet, and I'm definitely going to keep that one. We went to Chester Rugby Club car boot sale. Now, Anthony, AMPJ, I am sorry I didn't get to see you. Lana did say that you were selling there, so I mustn't have been paying attention. I had to look at your store, or you mustn't have had anything that I wanted, and I didn't look at your store. But I'm really sorry, mate. And I would have stopped to say hello to you while you were there. But we did bump into Craig, Paradox Picker. So he'd been to Chirk earlier in that day, and then he's come up to Chester. So, Craig, thank you for coming over to say hello. The two couples that did say hello and come over to me and ask me, was I Big Steve on Movie Chats? Yes, I was. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've hit the subscribe button. So, yeah, we are starting.
Mum and Dad.
I don't speak to me mum and dad. It might have been your mum and dad, I'm the son that they've always wanted. It was great to meet you, and thank you very much for saying hello. So please don't be afraid to say hello if you do see us around. I picked up a Watch Dogs wallet, so this is still carded, so that's going on Vinted. So keep an eye out for that. I picked up another Captain Picard Playmates figure. So yeah, I've already got a Picard over there, but with the full uniform on. This is where he's wearing his vest and his tabard. So I've got that. And I picked up a Riker, Admiral Riker from All Good Things, which is the last episode of TNG.
That's cool, that.
I love this figure. It's really good. I've got a talking Riker up there, still boxed, and he still talks. But yeah, a General Riker from All Good Things.
That seems quite a modern figure.
Sorry?
What's the date on it?
Now you're fucking testing my eyesight. 2006.
Oh, okay. I would expect it to be thingier than that, newer than that.
2006. Yeah, so they're my little pickups for this week. Now, I'll hand over to Steve, and he'll. Do you know what? You at least press the right button and put us in the right way.
Go on then, show me some. I'll put that down there a sec. Just a few pickups this week. I got The Quiet Place 2.
Mm-hmm.
This one's an unusual one. I watched the trailer of this. The Special Relationship. I bought it because Michael Sheen's in it. But it's about Blair and George Washington. Not George Washington. Yeah, I think so. No, Bill Clinton. So it's about their relationship. This one surprised me. Pennyworth. For some reason, I didn't twig that was a DC.
It's also Alfred.
Yeah. So I saw that, so I thought I'll pick that up. One called Wild Target that I got for like £1, which was it's got Emily Blunt in and Rupert Grint, is it? And Freeman. So that might be all right. I got around to picking up Plane. I enjoyed this movie when I watched it.
Yeah.
It's good, that one. Then there it is. This one was a good surprise. So the Shawshank Redemption, I popped into Asda the other day. £7 for a 4K Shawshank Redemption. CEX are selling them second hand for £15. That's £10 trading. But for one of the greatest movies ever made in 4K for £7, I was really shocked with that one. So I picked that one up. What else was there? Oh, my wife bought me a present. Apart from what she's bought on Chris's whatnot, when I didn't know who that bloody was.
Yeah, that surprised me a little bit.
But like I said, the thing was is that there was a couple of figures, and she was like, "Oh, do you want me to bid on them?" I was like, "Yeah, all right then." Then she gets on the phone to her mum for an hour. So when it come round to it, I had no idea who the bloody hell was bidding, and I never expected to bid on that.
And then I were all the ones you wanted.
Yeah, so something like that. But she I think she must have felt bad because she bought me a thing on Amazon with next day delivery on it. So I now have it's the kids version, just to be clear. So it says she bought me a Thor hammer. So she's like, "Yeah, I got you this one. It's a bit cheaper than the other one. You want it's like £130." So, yeah, that one. This is like the I mean kids version. So I've now got a Thor hammer. So that's
Do you know the funny thing about the whatnot on Tuesday was watching Chris pull his hair out over everybody buying something and then send it to such and such a person.
Yeah, it was a bit thingy, wasn't it? Funny.
It was like everyone was buying stuff just for somebody else.
But I mean,
not that Chris was moaning that he was getting the money, but it must be a logistical postal nightmare.
I mean, obviously, just in case he watches it back, I do appreciate it, Jeff. So thank you for buying me that figure. You didn't have to, buddy, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think I've got a Funko Pop coming from Jeff.
Yeah, I say figure. It might have been, it was a Funko Pop, wasn't it? He bought for me as well. So I do appreciate it. You don't have to, but thank you. Oh, finally, Thor hammer. Yeah, exactly. Lindsay and Alvin, I have a Thor hammer. So, chuff with that. But other than that, it's not really much I picked up this week, to be fair. It's been a couple of DVDs I picked up. But other than that, one called Glory Road. Just I think it's a basketball true story.
Glory Road's a great film. You need to watch that if you
haven't seen that. There was this one called Resting Place. It's Morgan Freeman and is it John Lithgow? I always love movies that he's in, so I was like, when I saw that, I was like, I'll pick it up. So, but that's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah, so I like the good thing is now is that the boot sales are starting to pick up by us now. So the Chester Rugby Club one, unfortunately, there wasn't much in the way of Blu-rays or figs. Now I got the 2 Star Trek ones from the same bloke, but the rest of his figures were like Marvel figures or wrestling figures. He must have had 1,000 wrestling figures, which would have been great for Chris's whatnot and his bundles. But for me, there wasn't much there, not much in the way of Blu-rays or anything else. It was great if you had kids and you wanted to buy kids' clothes. So you would have been all right, Steve. You know, you would have found something in your size. Then, yeah. So I'm looking forward. We've got a Jumbo Trail in Hellsby Bank Holiday weekend, which I'm looking forward to. We picked up some really good stuff there the other year. So I'm looking forward to that one. So hopefully the pickups should start coming through. And plus, like I say, it'll be the unboxing video of the whatnot because I can't remember A, what I bought and B, what people sent me and who I sent what to on Tuesday.
I don't think Chris knows.
I think it'll be interesting to see what comes. I think I sent you a couple of pieces.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But you're going to end up with a load of wrestling figures. Sexy Ninja is going to end up with...
Yeah. The only figure I wanted was the He-Man figure that you got, and then I ended up buying all the ones that you wanted just because we were on Messenger at the same time. So, yeah.
Mind you, I'm chuffed I got that Well, Drifter got quite a few of them, but Drifter got that the Shadow.
Well, I got Spider-Man.
No,
Venom.
Peter, I don't think I have.
Yeah, I got Spider-Man. I
The
got
Venoms
Venom.
look amazing.
The Venom 2006 one as well, the different one. I got the one from Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
I spent about 30 quid, 40 quid on Tuesday.
Yes, you were going for it.
So, yeah. Plus, I got the Blu-rays and the DVDs as well for winning the giveaway. And
Matt was definitely owning us, though, that night. It's like setting a precedent, he was.
Peter said, have you seen The World According to Garth?
No, I said to him, no, I don't think I have.
I am. Oh,
nice one, Baz.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going this Sunday. Oh, right. You're talking to Baz Barclough, yeah. Yeah, so the boot sales are back on. The jumbo sales are on. So I'm hoping I could start getting some pickups again. Some good figures. I've had a good clear out of my Star Wars.
Yeah, I know as you said, didn't you?
Yeah, so I've now changed me. Over there's now got a few little bits of bobs, Transformers and stuff like that, just to fill space, which is great because it's opened up space on the bookcases here behind me, so not everything looks crammed in behind me. So I'll have to start working through that stuff again, getting back on Vinted. But yeah, what's that? Check it out. It's got Robin Williams and John Lithgow in. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, let's put the link in the chat, shall we?
Yeah, should we do the wheels as well?
Yes, we can do the wheels. Let me open the wheels.
Awesome.
I was laughing on Monday for the amount of people that were saying to Chris, click wheel, click share. You still haven't shared it.
It was funny, wasn't it?
Nice.
So how are you finding the internet speeds now? You're paying for broadband and not dial-up.
Do you know what? It's all right. Let's see what this one does now.
Okay.
Hey!
Wow!
Lana's going to be happy.
I think we need to do a respin. That was fixed.
So, good night, Mr. Tom.
You're going to go downstairs beaming, aren't you? Going, guess what we're watching?
Yeah, we're watching The Untouchables.
Yeah. Just make her watch something else instead.
And then she'll come in one day and she'll go, why are you watching that?
I thought that, Kathy. So... Definitely fixed. How's Cherry anyway? I've not seen her tonight. It's span a little bit, Max, our end, so it's better than it was.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh, this is much better this one. Oh. So next week is dedicated to aliens.
Bill Paxton. Do you know what? For a second there, I was writing Charlton Heston.
That's going to be a difficult week. I'm not going to lie. Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston and Goodnight, Mr. Tom. We'll have to get some special guests on next week just to pad this out. Right.
Oh, that's nice of you, Cherry. I hope you're all right. A few things out.
There we go. Let's go off script. Let's put the. There you go. There's the link in the chat. So, ladies and gents, the link's in the chat. Please feel free to come on. Come and tell us what you've been watching, what have you picked up, what you've enjoyed, what you've not enjoyed, and just general come and have a chit chat with us on the stream. And Bill Paxton wasn't in Frequency. That was Dennis Quaid and
Dennis Quaid, yeah.
Eric Cadavaz or something, or whatever his name is, isn't it?
So you had started collecting the Deep Space Nines now.
Have
this
you?
Is number 7. Yeah, Series 7, this one.
So you're buying the black cases, are you?
Not intentionally. It's just this was what was in CX. Because it was next to the Voyager one that I bought. But this was all of it. I mean, this is still brand new and sealed, to be honest. But it was all at £3. So I was like, well, I might as well start them ones then. But I do remember watching Deep Space Nine. I just wasn't as massive fan as I was with Voyager.
That's going to be a good show if Maximus comes on, and he's got to think about butchering movies. Yeah, don't join us that week if you're afraid of spoilers. Now I like I love DS9. DS9 is one of my favorite Star Trek series.
Oh, sugar! Oh, bloody hell! I completely forgot about a pickup, Steve. At least I think I did. I'm sure it was only you I messaged about.
Which one?
So did I go on last week? No, I didn't, did I? Was it not? Did I speak to you about the Star Trek? It was just you, wasn't it?
You sent me the picture, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so let me just have a look at these, make sure there's nothing else. No.
Rewatching Voyager, and I wasn't a big fan of Voyager, Baz. I was more DS9. But DS9 sort of lost its way in Series 2, but then soft rebooted in Season 4, didn't it, with Way with the Warrior, and it was brilliant then. Got dead dark and gritty, especially the war, Seasons 5, 6, and 7.
So, I went into my favourite charity shop the other day, before the weekend, actually, I think it was, and she let me have a look at the box sets and everything. And I managed to find a few. So I got the Alien Anthology, but brand new and sealed for £2.
Is that
so
trade?
I'll keep that one and maybe get rid of my other one. I'm not sure, but it's obviously in better condition. Yeah. And I managed to get the Star Trek, the original series, which I have got. So I've said I'm going to give that to Steve. But that cost me £3 or £2, £3, something like that.
That's awesome. I love that. Cheers, buddy.
No worries. But I also picked up the original Scarface.
Oh, right, okay.
That was an interesting one. I thought I'll give it a go. But
you'll need to watch them both, that one and the other one, and then do a comparison video.
Well, you need to watch the other one first.
It's on the wheel, isn't it? So I do need to watch it when it comes up on the wheel.
So I popped into CEX and I noticed a TV series that had I vaguely remember from the 90s. I think the 90s. I'm sure it's the 90s. But it's an exclusive producer with Steven Spielberg. Anyway, I spoke to Steve about it. But I went then, so I did a bit of rummaging around, had a look. If it was cheaper anywhere else, but it wasn't. But I picked it up. It's Sequest, the DSV complete series.
So awesome. I love that series. When we were talking midweek, Steve and Peter DeLuise, who's the He was one of the actors in that. He's a producer for like Stargate and Star Trek and stuff like that. So you know, they're a big producing family.
So I did a bit of research on it, and obviously it's the guy, the main guy. What's he called? The
Roy Schreider.
Yeah, that's him. He's obviously in the first. The older guy, the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the first sort of 3 series, and then there's a new captain in the 4th one.
Yeah.
But it got described as Star Trek, but underwater, is what they said. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a go, and obviously it goes with the rest of the 90s programs.
They sort of did what they did with Sequest, what they did with Babylon 5. They changed the commanding officers over halfway through, but it had the reverse effect on Sequest. It made it actual worse than it did for Babylon 5. It sort of rescued Babylon 5 a little bit, but Sequest, but by the time they did that, you've already had stuff like the Stargates and stuff like that coming through. You had Farscape, you had Lex, you had Space Above and Beyond, stuff like that. They were towards the later ends of Sequest, and it was just sort of killing it out. But
so yeah, I was excited about that one.
You'll really enjoy that.
I was excited about that one.
Not watched any movies in ages. No, you need to. Well, you need to do your homework before you come in here, mate.
Yeah.
But no, that was a great pickup, that Sequest.
Yeah. Like I say, I paid up for it as regards to a second-hand box set, but it's just because the thing what they did is they decided that rather than having all these box sets in a line behind the glass where nobody could see them because all the tablets and everything, what they've done is they've dedicated an area just for box sets. So I saw it and I was like, oh, I hadn't noticed that, so I sort of went in for the kill after I'd done a bit of research on it. Hey Jeff, look what I've got. The wife took pity on me and bought me a hammer. It's not very good for DIY as it's hollow, but it'll do for me. So yeah, it's I forgot about them. It's because they've been in the bag down here.
Yeah, another one that was out roughly at the same time, if I remember correctly, was Andromeda, which was another Gene Roddenberry series on the back of Star Trek.
Yeah.
And was it Space Precinct? That was out.
Yeah, gotcha.
That was out roughly at the same. So by the time we've got all these sci-fi sort of, plus you had like sliders and stuff like that on sci-fi. By the time you got all these sci-fi stuff, Sequest that was based on Earth under the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's jump through a portal in sliders and go to a different universe.
Yeah.
It sort of captured everybody else's imagination for that.
So, is it today that Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mate? Yeah, I think so. Is it today that... No, it's either 2 days ago or today. That it's gone on to Disney now, hasn't it?
It's today it goes on.
That's free for people to go and watch on Disney. I'd recommend it.
Now, that's on Disney Plus before the Blu-ray release, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, 100%. I think the Blu-ray's on Monday. It's out on Monday. But it's obviously been on Sky or wherever to buy for a few weeks, hasn't it? Maybe a month. So
I'm sitting here and I'm watching
2 days ago. Yeah, I thought it was, but I thought it was the 16th.
I'm watching hey Matt. I was watching, we've just been talking about you.
This is the buyer, yes.
This is the buyer, yes. He's the one that
outbids people for fun.
He was the one that ruined our Tuesday night buying of figures. I've been watching, like, I watch AJ and I watch AJ quite a bit, but a couple of videos have been unpacking videos of series. Sorry. Series and stuff like that, and the amount of bootleg ones he's got to buy now, third-party ones he's got to buy because there isn't many original releases coming out for these series now. You're, as a collector, buying 90s box sets, Blu-rays and DVDs. Do you think that's sort of coming to an end for you now?
No. Well, the thing is that for me, the UK releases, yes, there is still things about that. I mean, the couple that was on my to buy list really was Knight Rider, which I now have, the Incredible Hulk Blu-ray box set, which I now have, Quantum Leap, which I now have. They were the three major ones that I really wanted. I mean, I could get the 18, but I've got them on DVD.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's going to be much more improvement on that, because I wouldn't watch that all the time anyway. It's a decent program, but the thing is that a lot of them are foreign releases, and it's, if I see something that I've not seen in a while, then I'll probably pick it up. But I think I'm pretty much done, apart from the Turtles complete box set. I wouldn't mind Transformers. Maybe I can't think of off the top of my head, but there's a few. But yeah, it's definitely slowing down now because I've got a lot of the ones I wanted, to be honest.
I don't know if that's my internet or your internet.
Probably mine by the looks of it.
Right.
Is it playing up?
Just a little bit. You went a little bit robotic in the middle of that.
No.
Still got the gist of what you were saying. I got the bit that you'd love Transformers. So, yeah, because like you say, AJ's videos are awesome and his collection's just brilliant. And my stance on it, if I can't get an official copy, but I wanted a copy, I'd have to get a bootleg. But then I wouldn't not go and buy an original copy. But I'm not buying it first hand; it'll be from CEX. So
one division is my next bootleg if I have to buy one.
Yeah,
because I've been after that for a while, and I sat and watched a few of them again the other night, and it's one of the best Marvel programs. I really enjoyed it.
So for me, the whole buying a bootleg versus buying original release, that argument's nil and void, because very rarely do I buy a new copy of something and the studio gets the money.
No, anyway, yeah, definitely.
It very rarely happens for me, but I'm a bit nervous with the series that I enjoy. Like say, I watched the Night Agent the other day on Netflix, and we're never going to get Netflix releases, are we, on physical media?
We get a few, but no. I mean, that'd be another one. Money Heist, one of the greatest shows, and how it's that's how you end a series. That's how you end that sort of stuff. It's one of the best ends I've ever seen. So I would love to have that. One sec, I've just put. I'll play back in a second.
What have you done? He's put something in the plate, hasn't he? That he had his cake off. Has he gone to wash something down? One Division is great. The first two episodes are very boring.
What's that?
I don't know if they were boring. I think it sort of sets the tone, doesn't it?
I think the thing is that for me at the time it was a case of what the hell am I watching? It didn't make it. You couldn't understand. It was like Bewitched, wasn't it? The first couple of episodes.
Yeah.
And it's like, this seems a bit corny. It's a bit cheesy. What's going on? That's part of the charm of the program.
To be honest with you, Dave, no, I don't think The Mandalorian's getting a release. I don't think it's getting a physical release, and I don't think Obi-Wan's getting a release or Boba Fett.
It depends, because Disney are backing down now, aren't they? They're literally come to a point where they're like, well, we might need to might need to put some of these things out for people to buy.
But we still haven't got a physical release of Prey.
No,
You know,
no, I know.
and you think that's been out now for 2 years because that came out during lockdown, didn't it? And everyone went nuts for it. So
Mm.
let's bring that out on a physical release and let's reintroduce that. Especially with the new Alien series coming out as well, you'd want something to sort of put your adverts out onto, wouldn't you? To subscribe to Disney Plus
I agree,
and whatever else.
It's the thing is that they've come to the conclusion because they're leaking money through these streaming services.
Yeah.
And I think there's still a market, especially when it comes to the amount of stuff that Disney own. You know, the different studios and everything. There is definitely a market. The different franchises that they've got. There's definitely a market for them to put stuff out and maybe make a bit more money out of them. We
were talking in work the other day, and we were talking if Disney was to buy Sony.
Yeah.
Now, if Disney was to buy Sony, they'd have the rights to everything, wouldn't they? Practically.
I don't know if they'd be able to because there must be some sort of law about monopolizing something. Do you know what I mean? And that's why you feel like these either takeovers or these joint ventures fall over, don't they? Because they get stopped by governments, really.
Yeah. You spend whole seasons looking for answers to that on that Libre.
I think that was good. Either that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but the thing is, reading movies, yes, they want subscriptions, but in the times that we're in at the minute, it's probably one of the first things to go, isn't it? You know, if you want to cut back on anything.
It's not that. If I had a subscription, if I had the subscription service, right? Okay, you're signing up to Steve Jackson subscription services, and I had access to Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, HBO Max, and Amazon Prime. Yeah, and I had access to all of them. But then I sold you £2 a month for Disney Plus, and I sold you £2 a month for Amazon Prime, and then £4 a month for Netflix. Right? You get them all in one place for a very little amount of money, but you're not. What you get is that you get £8 a month for Disney Plus. You're getting £10 a month for Paramount Plus. You're getting £10 a month for Amazon Prime. So there's £30 a month for 3. But then you've still got to pay your TV license because you've still got to get your Sky, or you've still got to get your Now TV or your Virgin, which there is another £90 a month. So there's £110 a month just for TV.
Yeah.
That's not including your Wi-Fi or anything else like that.
And that's what I'm saying is that I think as it stands at the minute, you know, people will be looking at things and going, is it worth doing? You know, maybe I'll unsubscribe for a little bit and then I'll subscribe again later on down the line when something comes out that takes my fancy. You know, my dad always did it with sports on Sky when we were younger. Like, as soon as the sports finished, as soon as football finished, he'd cancel it for 2 or 3 months and then take it again at the end of August or whenever it was. You know what I mean? Because it just to save a little bit of money here and there. But the thing is that these subscriptions, because they're dropping, you know, they're not getting any of it, because if they'd had the media out there physically as well, they'd be picking up sales from that in the same breath, having people on subscriptions. You basically cut one out almost.
Well, I've just watched the whole recent series of Mandalorian on this. You know, and it's not cost me a thing.
Yeah, and that Baz has got a good point there. And that's probably where it's going to go. I mean, it's annoying having adverts on things, but if you can get a slimmed down version or a free version of something, you know, then you can enjoy their services and they get paid for the adverts.
Well, I don't know. Netflix, right? the new pricing structure for Netflix that they're talking about. So
Yeah.
it's about £3 a month, and you get adverts, but it's going to be an adverts every 5 minutes of your program that you're watching.
No, it can't be every 5 minutes.
That's what so what's ITV now? Is it every 8 minutes you get
it
3
really?
minutes worth of adverts?
I never realised, to be honest.
Unless you're watching a movie, so you'd be watching Coronation Street or Love Island. For every 8 minutes, there's 3 minutes of adverts.
Welcome.
Right? Hi, mate. You all right? Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it, buddy.
So there you go. It's a man that's just watching his soap. She's come and joined us now. So there you go. So for every 8 minutes, you've got 3 minutes of adverts. So if Netflix do that, that's your £3 a month. Your next one is less adverts. And then your big one is no adverts.
Less adverts. What a fucking ploy.
Yeah.
Yeah, every 5 minutes is ridiculous. It really is. It sounds like those other services at Fire Sticks. On the Fire Sticks with adverts. And this is the thing: is that it's not it's not the only way to view something nowadays. And
No.
you know, the again going back to the economics at the minute and the economy, and people are finding other ways to watch things. It's that massive now that I don't think they could stop it even if they wanted to.
No.
And they've never been able to be fair. You'd end up putting half of the country in prison.
It's like YouTube, though, isn't it? You're watching YouTube. We're not monetized. We're not as big as
we're hoping to at one point.
Yeah, we're hoping to be. So hit that subscribe button, help us get there. And we don't get advert, but there's some channels that I watch like Squidmar and something like that. But there's adverts every so often. In an 18-minute video, there's 3 sets of adverts.
Yeah. I've had it in lives. They have adverts twice in lives.
Mm.
And he's sat there going, wow, how's that happened? And there must be a setting that they can put on it. That you put an advert on halfway through.
And then you carry on talking through the advert. Have you remember Channel 4 used to do that through the movies when they first put the movies on?
Yeah,
They put the adverts on, but never actually stopped the film. So you've missed 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Hang on a sec. Wasn't he alive a second ago? What the fuck just happened there? You've killed someone else. But yeah, some mobile games, so many. Yeah, I'm sick of downloading games that I see on adverts from Facebook, and then I play a level, and then I've got to watch a 40-second video to play the next level. I don't know. It's just bonkers to me now.
Yeah.
The whole subscription and still have adverts.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, but it's the way they make the money, though, innit? It's even more money for them. In the US, TVs have ads all the time. So 42-inch TV will have a bottom and a sidebar showing ads all the time. These TVs are heavily discounted. Really? I'd be interested to look at that.
I remember. Do you remember in early 2000s where WWE tried it? They used to stop the programming to have adverts on, didn't they? When Raw went for the 3-hour show.
Yeah.
What they did, and I've seen they do it.
They have the adverts rolling on the bottom.
Well, what they did was that they had the adverts on the big screen, but they had the wrestling on the bottom screen.
No,
so, do you know,
really?
Yeah. So do you know, like let me just see if I could like that. So I'll be the advert and you be the wrestling.
No.
Yeah, and then they just went out flat out. But I've seen them do it for like American football and stuff like that. Where they've got like big uninterrupted sort of American football's not uninterrupted, is it? They do nothing but talking and throw a ball for 30 seconds and talk for 5 minutes. But it's that type of thing where the adverts will come over the top of it and they'll make loads of money that way.
Oh, are we talking sort of temporary, aren't we, where it just sort of go down to a small screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean now. Remember that.
So it'll be
Yeah.
like me like that talking, and then all of a sudden it'll be like that, and then
Yeah.
and then you'll get something for a
Yeah,
couple
I know
of
what you
minutes, and then it'll come back to normal again. Then
wait for the adverts over. Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. Also, they do wait for the adverts are over.
Mm.
But yeah, it's like I say, it's one of those where Disney have come out and said they're gonna try and focus more on in whatever words they use. So they've realised that there's an area of the market that they've not, or they've neglected, if you like. So there's a lot of talk about things, coming out on physical media. But I would say, even if it's a case of, look, you have to wait a year. We've done that many a times when we were growing up. There's always like a year or so before you would get anything decent come out on DVD or VHS or whatever for actual, home purchase, if you like. And I'd be fine with that. What I'm not fine with is I'm just not releasing them at all.
Yeah.
Especially if it's even Squid Games as an example. If it's a big popular program like that, like the new one coming out now, why not release the original? Why not release
They
the
did
first series?
series.
Yeah, I mean they're doing that with Karate Kid. Karate Kid is a season behind. Walking Dead's always been sort of a season behind. So just release them so that we can at least buy them. But your Marvel stuff is very much like the argument I had with the Star Wars stuff. That's part of a massive franchise. It's part of a person's. There's a lot of people that collect that stuff. Are you going anywhere nice, Steve?
No, just the little fuckers playing football in the car park. We've got a great big bastard grass park around the front of the house in the state as you're coming up. But the little bastards are playing football in the car park. Take the ball.
Not near your car.
That's what I've just been checking then. I say little bastards. These are teens, so they're like 17, 18, and I fucking have murder with them all the time. I am that grumpy old man that is going to stab one of the
window
kids.
going.
Yeah.
Bring back laser dick.
Say that live on YouTube. Should I am now on TV saying I'm going to stab someone? No, it's not right. It's wrong. Stop it. Yeah. So the whole advert and stuff like that on. Do you know what? I enjoy putting a Blu-ray on, one of the original Blu-rays, one of the early Blu-rays, and getting the trailers for the films. And it sometimes it annoys me when they're really poor films that I've wasted 6 minutes of my life, 8 minutes of my life. But it's good fun.
What if it was a musical and you just can't skip that advert? No. Very much like if you watch something on like let's say Netflix or Prime or something, and it's like you've got that short space of window where you can skip the intro, or skip the exit, and if you miss it, you're like, oh no!
By the time you've turned your Xbox remote on, you've missed the skip button.
Yeah,
I'll have to wait until it comes on again, and no matter when it comes to the end of the episode, I've not turned the Xbox remote back on.
Hopefully, in the chat, you might be able to tell me. I found a piggy box, and now I'm sure it's Creature Comforts. I'm not 100%, but I'm sure.
What's that?
But I found a piggy bank, a pottery piggy bank. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
Right. I think that'd be Creature Comforts. I need your opinion.
Let me put you on big screen. You can show us.
Martin's on the.
Yeah, it's Creature Comforts, isn't it? Is it from the British Gas advert?
I don't know. But I'm hoping somebody might be able to give me some advice on it.
I'm sure it was.
Because I can't Google it.
I'm sure it was the British Gas advert. Yeah.
I just saw it for £1, and I was like, "That's pretty cool. That I like that." Dave says yes. So is it British Gas? Is it, or whatever you say?
I'm sure it was the British Gas adverts because they were going on about the boilers and whatever, weren't they?
Yeah, it might be. Oh, look. So I just haven't had a chance.
Yeah, there you go. Read the movie said that Aardman
Did add some, yeah,
animation to the British
yeah.
Gas ad.
Yeah, sorry, Baz. I don't know what's going on tonight. It's like we've stopped internet connections, isn't it?
Yeah. Creature Comforts was big, yeah. See, Steve, I know what I'm talking about. I just act like a fool.
I think someone's got it bloody wrong on Etsy, that's for sure. Listen, look at this. Right? Can you read what it says?
No, 2 secs. Come on. Vintage.
Vintage Wallace and Gromit Playhouse.
Okay, that's not that.
No, it's not, is it?
Is that someone taking Feathers McCaw and saying, "Oh, it must be that"?
Got no idea.
Right, yeah. Hale saying there that he's looking forward to the Wallace and Gromit movie next year. The new Wallace and Gromit. Lana loves Wallace and Gromit. She loves all the series. She loves the movies and stuff like that. She's got a good collection. One of these days, I'll have to do a video of Lana's collection because it's not as good as mine, but it's still some good stuff there. I don't know how I feel about a new Wallace and Gromit. It'll be like if they did a new Mr. Bean.
Yeah, maybe.
It's got its time and place.
No. Well, you might have a problem with the actor.
We've lost him again, ladies and gentlemen. Drop out.
I think we'll have to wrap it up. Wrap it up soon, mate.
Drop out and come back in.
All right.
I'll be the bit that'll annoy me the most about the new Wallace and Gromit is that if they did it like they did Fireman Sam and Thomas the Tank Engine, do you know where they take the stop animation or they take like the old animation and then they make it computer generated and updated, but then still try to make it look old. That would annoy me. Like you say, Lana's a big Wallace and Gromit fan, so I know it'll because it does air in about Fireman Sam. No, we've lost him.
I don't know. I'm all right on my side. I don't know if it's you, Steve. You know.
Oh no, you're moving now. There you go. I don't think
we're
it's
going to wrap
me.
it up soon, mate. No, it's going to wrap it up soon because this is. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call that a day. It looks like no, there you go. He's back perfect again. Yeah. So that for me would just ruin it. What would your thoughts be on that, Steve? If they did that sort of Wallace and Gromit and then modernized it? Like they did with
honestly, I wouldn't want to see it, mate. Honestly, it'd rip me aside. It ripped me to shreds. It's horrible. I don't want to see that. His little Steve 4G. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know what's going on tonight with the Wi-Fi. I had some issues with Virgin last week, so it might have something to do with that.
Yeah. All right, so next week's show we'll be reviewing Goodnight, Mr. Tom. And we've got Bill Paxton as the featured actor. So I'm going to apologize now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the quality of the show is going to be like next week. Thank you for those that did return after last week's diabolical attempt of a movie chat. So little Steve and I were both tired.
Oh, we were so shattered last week. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so we apologize about that. If you haven't already, please like the video. That helps YouTube to push our content out to other people that might be interested. And please hit that subscribe button. We were on 495.
Always smooth, Dave. Always smooth.
Yeah, I thought we were on 495 last time I
We keep
checked.
fluctuating between 495, 493, and then back up again and down again. And
yeah, someone just doesn't like us. 494 we're on now.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
We've lost one since we've been live. So please hit the subscribe button. Please, yeah, please stay with us. Don't unsubscribe. We would never get to that 1,000 mark if you guys keep doing that. But your support is muchly appreciated. So thank you very much.
So.
And
I know we mentioned it earlier, but he weren't here. But if he still is, thank you, Jeff, for your presence the other night. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, keep your eye out for pre-recorded content. So we've got a we've got a few pre-recorded videos coming out, including a couple of pickups, some reviews and stuff like that. Little Steve's got a video long awaited that he's still waiting to do.
I look a lot younger in it. It was filmed about 2 months ago.
Yeah. So I did tell him to leave it as unlisted, and I'll do the thumbnail and I'll do all the tags, and we'll get it out there for him. But for some reason, he doesn't seem to trust me with thumbnails and photos. I don't know why. So, yeah, join us for next week's live stream and keep an eye out for content there. We've been Movie Chats, and we've enjoyed seeing you. And have a good week and have a good long weekend and enjoy the sun.
Everyone.
Catch you in a bit. Bye-bye.